All right, so a couple months ago, I was back in Los Angeles, and I was hanging out with two good friends of mine who are the top engineers at Atlantic Studios West. Their day-to-day is tracking vocals on huge records like these. And both of these guys have been doing this for the better part of a decade. So I thought it would be really fun to get their take on a couple different topics that I find really interesting. Vocal chains, how to record vocals, like the actual workflow process that is very fast and efficient, and some overlooked plugins. So I got to get their take on these questions and what they do at Atlantic every single day with A-list artists signed to a major label. So first off, let me know what you use and what you do down in the comments. I'd love to see your answers to these questions. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. I'll put links to Josh and Ryan and their duo producer project down in the description so you guys can follow them.
Go.
All right, Josh and Ryan.
What's up?
When you guys are working with a vocalist,
Yeah.
what are two vocal chains? Before you get to the DAW, what are mic, compressor, EQ? What are two options that you would choose if you could pick anything?
So it's funny that
You do one, I'll do one.
so Stephen Ting
Oh yeah.
says the Hollywood chain, the LA chain, is where is it? Oh, 1073.
Well,
Doesn't have to be the 500.
But to be fair, this isn't technically a 1073.
Yeah, okay,
this
yeah,
is a
the BAE.
But we actually do have.
Okay, yeah. So 1073. Usually I use the BAEs because we just got this. So anyway, Neve 1073, 1081, whatever. 3 into a CL1B from an 87. I feel like is like the classic sounding vocal chain. It sounds awesome. You can really do no wrong. CL1B is so forgiving. It's like, it's just, there's no other, I feel like, vocal compressor. It's like, I feel like the least color. Like if you want to use a 76, it's great, but the CL1B, I feel like you could like in your sleep and it would sound fine.
Okay.
If I'm feeling fancy
Ryan's way more of a better
and
than I am.
adventurous, I'll go Telefunken 251 into a Shadow Hills pre.
Whoa.
Do we have a Shadow Hills?
Again, if I'm feeling fancy.
Do we have one?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Into this is still the CO1B, but again, okay, if I'm feeling fancy, I'll do the Daisy Chain 1176 into an LA2A.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yep.
251 Shadow Hills pre 1176 LA2A is my like fancy boy chain.
That's an
just like-
expensive chain.
Just the 73 to the CL1B from the 87 is just like, it's like, I feel like that's like standard.
And those are two very different colors too. So that's
Extremely.
Yeah.
that very nice
Oh
options.
yeah.
Sick. And then when you come into the DAW, what's on the vocal track?
Auto-tune, EQ, compression. And then as a send, reverb and delay.
What is the auto tune that's on there?
Like which
one?
version of auto-tune?
I like Artist. The only difference between Pro and Artist though is the graphic, and I never use the graphic because I
Yeah.
use Melodyne. Ryan keeps trying to give me a license for Pro, but
He won't take it.
won't
He
take it.
won't take the auto-tune pro. I'm
Artist
trying to
is
give
fine.
it to him.
It's
It's
fine.
fine,
It's fine.
but like it has the word pro in it though.
it does.
Like come on.
Let's go.
That means something.
Yeah, yeah.
It means it's pro.
Okay, and then when you track vocals, what's the magic way, the fastest, most efficient way that you track in Tools?
Oh, bro, I'll show you right now.
Oh man, this is so accurate.
This is the
That's the
magic.
key.
This is the magic right here.
Talk back?
Yeah, because if you don't have, and you know what's crazy is so many like studios I've noticed don't have a talkback pedal.
If you manufacture, if you are a manufacturer of monitor controllers and you don't have a foot switch control for
You're
your talkback,
tripping.
Yeah.
you are doing the world a huge disservice.
Because you have to, I mean, dude, 2 hands, 1 foot, talking while
Do
you're
not
doing the
make me
edit.
take my hands off of the keyboard and mouse in order to
Yeah.
make talkback work.
Yeah.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
Don't make him do it.
Don't make me do it.
I like to go just like as a general rule
I have other limbs.
that I feel like it's like a video game where I want to have the least amount of silence as humanly possible
good
between
tracking.
takes.
Don't give the session a moment to think about how bad you are as an engineer. Just keep playing.
Just spacebar 3,
vocal take,
spacebar
yeah.
3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, what I was actually asking about was like your track setup in Pro Tools.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we do officially, this is called the drag and drop method, which is you have a dedicated record track.
This isn't my template. I don't know whose template this is, but they're basically pretty similar.
Yeah,
But
dedicated record track. You record onto there, and it is exclusively for recording and monitoring. And then you have playback tracks underneath it.
so you got like a little record, and then you're like, I recorded it, and then you drag and drop, and then you do another record.
And that's
You record.
and do you playlist on the record track or do you playlist
Yeah.
on the playback track?
on
We
the record track.
exclusively on the record track. The only time you playlist on lead tracks is if you've
Options, alternates.
if you've comped something that you like, but then they want to change a lyric, or let's do another take, but with a different vocalist or something like that. Because you put in work and comped this take, and it was something that everyone liked, you can playlist that there. But you're not just randomly playlisting things on lead tracks.
What is the most overlooked feature of Pro Tools?
Folders right now. I feel like folders are just like it's like a bona fide aux.
Folders are overlooked. What's a more like over the long? It's not really a feature of Pro Tools specifically, but I will say the shortcut that most often when I do it, I get people in sessions being like, wait, what was it? Is Command T. Trimming both sides of a region.
Yeah.
For some reason, every time I do it, like 80% of the time, someone was like, whoa, wait, how'd you do both sides like that?
Nice.
Command T, people. It's really, really handy.
Okay, and most overlooked plugin.
Ooh.
Doesn't have to be new.
You're gonna say Mishbeat.
Oh man, I love. Okay, yeah. I mean, but that's not over. That's like a boutique-y thing. I love saturation stuff because I just want to distort the hell out of everything. But there's a company called Freak Show Industries that makes a tape saturation type plugin. Like all their stuff is really crazy.
All their stuff is really
so cool. It's like you couldn't even put a name on what they really are. They're all like really wild out there. But it's called Mishbeat, and it's like a saturation plugin that's pretty cool. It's got like a little octopus thing on the side. Put a little graphic there. Boonk. Or something, I don't know. Man, I don't know. Like a most overlooked plugin, like
plugin.
Pro Q3. I don't. But
That's probably
like,
the most looked plugin.
Yeah.
I don't. That's like I just use that on
the most
everything.
standard.
I mean, the Capitaine. I don't know. It's not.
No,
overlooked.
that's pretty cool. We're just so hacky. We just use all the normal stuff.
I think everyone uses the same stuff, but sometimes there's like somebody's like, oh, I just still love the Waves R comp or something. I'm like, wow, really?
I mean, I do like the Renaissance R compressor. Not the like R Vox, but the R compressor is cool.
Okay, I got one.
All right.
This is a plugin everyone has, and I'll bet no one uses. Maxim,
Oh yeah.
which is an Avid plugin. It's a limiter, and no one ever uses it. I've never seen anyone else's template, but I love it. I use it for essentially gain staging. I put it at as the very last thing on my lead tracks. And I use it because I like all my faders in Pro Tools to stay at 0, and I use the plugins to mix. And Maxim is how I do that. Rather than like goose in like the 76 or something like that, I just put Maxim afterwards. And I never use it for attenuation. I just use it to like give something a little extra gain. It's pretty transparent. Although I did have a really, really famous and successful vocal producer tell me that he swears it puts like some kind of like brightness on vocals.
Man, nobody can hear that.
I never heard it, but I like it, and it sounds great, and it's worked really well for me. So yeah, put Maxim on your lead tracks and use it for gain staging.
Where can people follow you guys?
Oh, where? Are these?
Our production duo is on Instagram at Call the Morgue. And then you have your own Instagram.
I have an Instagram, and it's called Joshua Sun God, and I post pictures and videos of my dog.
He does. And I'm at Ryan Gladyou on Instagram.
Sweet.
All right, I want to jump in here real quick and say thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. This is a great experience where like I get to just go into a situation at a studio and kind of run and gun it with my camera. Sometimes the logistics of like miking everyone up and trying to have all these different recorders around and sync it up is just too chaotic. I actually have recently been using this mic. I'm trying to remember, I think I got it like a couple months ago. It's a MKE 400 from Sennheiser, and it's super small. One of the best parts about it is the size of it is very, very small, but it is the best on-camera mic. Now I'm saying on camera, it's not literally built into the camera, but you can mount it to the top of the camera, and it just has this little 1/8 inch cable that pops right into the mic input. And the secret to this mic is I flip it to the plus mode, and I don't use the high pass filter, and it sounds so good. It literally makes shooting all content. I have 2 of them. I have the one on my camera I'm using right now. My camera's like, I don't know, 5 feet away from me right now, and I don't have to set up any mics to do videos or to do like this little clip right here. It's the absolute best. So if you're looking to make some content yourself, get one of these mics, the Sennheiser MKE 400 on Sweetwater. They have it, the best price. Link to it down in the description. Thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.